ladies and gentlemen. Many of you probably heard the George Floyd Act has failed in Congress. It was not passed. Now, this is the one that was supposed to have the qualified immunity in it. And just take notice whenever there's a measure that will impact a non Black group of people, like most of your immigrants that come across the border from South America, or for the Asians, their bill against hate crime, they seem to know how to get things done. But as soon as it's a bill that will impact Black lives in America, all of a sudden, everything fails. They can't get it through, they can't get it passed. They got every excuse except for getting it done. But see, when it came down to some lame ass Juneteenth holiday that nobody was asking for, they gladly passed that because it's not much of a sacrifice. See, this was the George Floyd Act that failed. You know, we could show politicians a thing or two if only our people would see the value and not electing people that are not working for you. But unfortunately, we got too many in the community that vote and they don't care. They just got to get that vote in instead of looking at voting based on how much is done for you. They won't do it. They are so hypnotized. Yeah, that's what I would have to say because you're not thinking, you just want to be out there voting, but you won't say, look, in order for you to get my vote, you got to get XYZ done for us. You got to get a bill protecting us. You got to get rid of qualified immunity. But we got too many in the community. If you spoke to them like that, they would see something wrong with it. Why not teach politicians a lesson that get your vote and do nothing for you? So they blew it. They blew this police reform bill big time. And look, ladies and gentlemen, George Floyd, we know, died in May of 2020. And with all of the attention and everything that it got in the media, they should have been able to get this done real easy. But they were not able to get this done. And and then they're talking about the Senate didn't hear the measure. Well, you sure heard the Asians bill when it came down to the Senate. See, I mean, this is just all a bunch of BS. If it's anything we don't ask for, they gladly will give it and got the audacity to act like they've done something for you. Until they do something about qualified immunity and they do something about all of these shootings going on out here, there should be no vote for any of these politicians. I bet you if they knew you would not vote for them, if they don't get things done for the Black community, I promise you they'll either jump up and try to get it pushed through, or you just kick them out. Put somebody else in. Don't be afraid to replace these people. Many of them are past overdue and being replaced. But this is what we're dealing with. So here's a failure for you, but successful for immigrants and Asians, but a big failure for the Black community when it comes down to policing. I mean, no other group is impacted by policing like the Black community. So qualified immunity, ladies and gentlemen, is still fully intact. Okay, it's still fully intact. And it just seems like this government is hell bent on protecting it and not the citizens at all. So, how do you let this happen when you had all of this time to come together, negotiate, and get something passed. I mean, but they let it happen, y'all. This fell through the cracks once again. Nothing done for us. That means the killings and shootings, and I feared for my life, will continue out on the streets. Oh, you didn't comply. You didn't follow the commands I gave. You didn't do this and that. Oh, it's their own fault why they did. All that crazy lame stuff that we hear all the time. How come you didn't tell the Asians it was their own fault that they were getting abused out in public? How come you didn't use that same language on them? That's why y'all are full of crap. All of you are. But you know what? These politicians need to be showed a lesson. They have gotten away with far too much. And then what happened to Jim Crow Joe saying that he had the back of the black community? He said, "You helped me." Didn't he say, "You helped me get elected into office and I got the black community's back"? And you ain't heard from Jim Crow Joe ever since. Okay? Where does he got your back in anything? All of them are full of crap. But if you really want to make a change, don't vote for these people. Sit it out. It ain't going to kill you to sit out an election. You ain't voting for somebody that's going to do anything for you anyway. You couldn't name one president that did something real big for us. They don't do these things. They're going to continue the benign and neglect, but pander the black community for votes. And then once they get in, they're going to go right back to the cycle of benign and neglect. How many times are you going to live through this and not do something about it? So, wow. Don't know what to say. And just a week before, they were on horseback treating the Haitians like slaves. So it doesn't matter if you were born and raised here or you came from the outside in. It's all the same when it comes down to us. But y'all, please tell me what you think on this big failure that Congress has done with this bill. Big flop, no telling if this measure is ever going to come up again. It might, but all they'll do is, if you ask them about it, they will just shrug them shoulders and said they tried. You didn't do that with the Asians. You made sure that got passed at all costs. But something like this, I wouldn't forgive these politicians for this. None of you should. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.